Good morning. I wanted to invite you today to think about what it is that you take for granted. When we work with other people and we assume that people have the knowledge and skills and equipment that they need to be able to do their jobs well, it's really apparent at a time when we then have to step in and fill their shoes when things are not quite as we assumed. And this came about because on the weekend I was walking with my family around the village, and my 7-year-old son referred to Hoover Heaven when he noticed the number of vacuum cleaners that have been left abandoned on people's drives and on the pavements outside people's houses there, giving them away for free because they're so hopeless. And it became apparent that the number of houses who don't have cleaners anymore, because of the COVID virus, have had to buy a new vacuum cleaner to do the job properly and more effectively now that the homeowners are having to do their own cleaning. And it really led me to kind of question what we take for granted in terms of the processes, the skills, the knowledge, just the information we have and how we do things. And we assume that those people around us have everything that they need in order to do the stuff that we're asking them to do well and effectively and efficiently. And there are assumptions that should be questioned. Someone introduced me recently to something called Free Agent, which has been life transforming in terms of my expenses, my mileage, invoicing and so on. And I think I'm a bit late to the game, but it really has made my life so much easier on a day-to-day practical basis. But even then, I was uploading some documents the other day to it. My husband asked me what on earth I was doing because I was doing it some sort of really clunky way. And he helped me streamline that whole process. And again, if he hadn't been sitting looking over my shoulder, because we're sharing the same space at the moment, we're all working at home, I'd have carried on doing that in a really clunky fashion, which takes twice as long and is slightly frustrating. So I would invite you to think about when you're working with people, those people around you. So whether you've been an independent consultant and it's about getting together and sharing information and sharing strategies, or certainly part of your team with your colleagues, you might be giving them tasks where you need to check out, actually, do they know how to do it as well as you're anticipating that they should be able to, or just sharing information, asking questions, explaining how you do things, what you've come across that you think is really helpful and really relevant. Recently there was, I can't remember where, there was a website sharing really good strategies, really good tools and processes for people to use, such as the snipping tool on the computer, and just sharing information, saying, are you aware of this? So, this is the new tool I've come across, the new process, the new way I'm doing things, or how do you manage to set up video calls, or how do you know about breakout rooms in Zoom video, and all those sorts of things that people don't necessarily know, and we might assume they know, or we assume that they have the right kit for the job. So just check out with those people around you what it is that you take for granted, and let's make life a little bit easier for everyone.